review, this time on the M&P line of service pistols. Be using our guideline here to take care of describing the weapons. First of all, we have three weapons before us. We have the M&P 9C, M&P 40, and the M&P 45. So you can see they're all safety checked, all empty. And all the magazines are empty. We'll start with the 9C. The 9C is a compact 9mm. Weighs in at 21.7 ounces. Has a 3.5-inch barrel. Overall length of 6.7 inches. And retails for around $569. Suggested list, of course. You can, I'm sure, find it less expensive elsewhere. Okay, number 2 is the 40 Smith & Wesson M&P. It has a weight of 24 ounces. The barrel length is 4.25 inches, overall of 7 inches, 7.6 inches, excuse me. Retails for about $569 also. And lastly is our 45. This one weighs in at a whopping 29.6 ounces. Barrel length is 4.5 inches. Overall length at just over 8 inches. And it retails at $599. These are all California models, so they're all 10 rounds plus 1. In other states you could probably get the higher capacities. All three of these weapons have the same design features. They all have a takedown bar. They all have ambidextrous mag release, ambidextrous slide release. California models all have a lock on them. They all have double stack mags. These are the basic sights. So you can see their 3-dot sights there. As far as accuracy goes, they've been very, very accurate. The 9C is probably the most accurate of the three I have. It shoots the best anyway. The 40 and 45 for me are a little off, but not much. It's probably me, not the gun. As far as maintenance goes, they're very easy to maintain. Take it apart, you'll lock the slide back, remove the working tool back here on the base. There is a pin right in here you have to push down. There it is right there. So then you have 2 pins. You can see it there. We have 2 pins there. When this one is up, it will not come apart. And that one is down. That has to be in that position. Rotate the release and the slide comes right off. This is a striker fired weapon, much like a Glock. Looks very similar inside. Captive spring and barrel. Very reminiscent of a Glock, although the styling is a little different. They all come apart the same way. They all have the same Glock style back on them. Plunger, striker fired system. And that is how you take it apart for basic cleaning. They're really simple to operate. It is a striker fired, so it's no safety required. It's called a safe action trigger. And in California model, it will not fire without the magazine. That's part of that pin system you saw. Again, we have clear gun, no clip. The idea for the trigger pull, a lot of take up. And for me, it's about a 5 to 6 pound release. Magazine release is logically located, just like most of them are. Sticks up enough where you can reach it, but not too far. You can see that. Comes out really conveniently. Got a nice beaver tail on it. Much larger than a Glock has, so you have a really firm grip on that. As you can see, I've outfitted mine with a Crimson Trace laser. Goes back in the same way, holds on by the tool there. Single button release, so you can see covered up. Activated right here on the palm. Has a rail accessory rail on the front for a night light or whatever. Very well made, very well constructed. Typical Smith & Wesson quality. Found no real issues that I know of on the weapon. For me, it's a pretty good value. I paid around $500 for the weapon. I say they listed for about $569, but I paid about $500 for it in California here. Very simple to use. They're all, like I say, they're all basically the same design, so you see the same design features in each one of these as far as mag release, location of everything. Very Glock-like in that aspect. Again, the styling, a little different styling than the Glock has. Glock has that very square slide, whereas these have more of a finished machine look. A little tapering to the muzzle area. And I do like the grip really well on these. Again, with the 45, you have the same basic design issue. Everything feels really good. Very good beaver tail. You can see the sight radius there. Let's get you down where you can see that. So far for me, the track record has been excellent. We've had really good luck with these. Shot many rounds through them. Actually, I do security work, and I use the 40 as my standard carry weapon. I did forget to mention that it does have a loaded indicator. There is a hole here that you can see the brass case. If you have a brass case type, you can see the brass through there. That is your only indication that it is loaded, other than doing a press check. As you can see, I've outfitted all three of my M&Ps with Crimson Trace laser grips. I think they're a great addition, both for use at night and low light situations. I think Smith has come up with a winner on this one. It's a very, very good piece. We've seen some good reviews on them. They're very well made again, and made in the United States, which is a very, very important factor for me. Another nice feature of the Smith & Wesson line, since they're basically all the same design, one holster fits all. Here I have a Black Hawk holster. This is the on the belt kind. You'll notice that they all fit exactly the same. Also have a Tucker gun leather holster here, beautifully made. It's Tucker gun leather out of Texas. How could you tell? Again, they all fit perfectly, snugly in that. A very good looking setup with the holster and all. particularly enjoy carrying the 9C. It's the lightest of the bunch, and it's really compact, so it hides well. Even though it is a really thick design, I think it hides well. So there you have it. A little on the holsters for a Smith & Wesson M&P.